We have to think about the people that we're connected to, and if they're really good for me. So it's okay to be around people who love you, but let me tell you this: people that really love you are about making you better. I don't want people around me that appease me, to tell me what I want to hear, to tell me what I like. I want people around me that challenge me. And when my husband and I were talking, and what he said to me, I knew was the truth, but it was a challenge for me. You understand what I'm saying? I already knew it was the truth, and I told him that's the truth. But at the same time, I had to take the words and I had to look at myself and go, I need to be better. I really need to be better in that area. I really need to do what I need to do to be better. And so sometimes we get offended by conflict. Sometimes we get offended by correction. Sometimes we get offended. Our feelings get hurt by the truth. But I know he loves me, and his goal is to really make me better. Because if I'm better, guess what? It makes us better. And so I started to think about, in walking and my health and taking care of myself, I really got to be better. I really have to be better. And I don't want a pat on the back when I know I'm not my best. So we hear a lot of word. If you go to church, if you do motivational stuff, you listening to everybody every morning, all your motivational things. But I had to stop and ask myself, how much of what I read am I actually applying? That's with the scripture, that's with motivational books, that's listening to everybody's videos and all of the stuff that we have to grab to make us good. How much of what I'm receiving am I really applying to be better? And am I setting goals that I can actually go back to and look at them and say, you know what, I'm not progressing, I'm not changing, I'm not getting better. I want to be better. I don't want to hear another sermon that I've already heard or that I've already preached to everybody. I don't need to hear another one. I need to figure out how I can actually use what I've already gotten. If we don't read another book, if we don't watch anybody else's video, if we don't follow any other inspirational anything on Instagram, we have more than enough. The challenge is not getting the information. The challenge is using the information. What am I doing every single day to make me better? And I heard a message that said, even in church and Christianity, ministers are appeasing us, but they're not giving us salvation, because appeasement makes you feel good. Salvation challenges you to live right. Appeasement makes you feel good. It makes you comfortable. It tells you God's going to bless you. The Lord's going to take care of you. God is going to do all of that because he's God. Listen to me. And as preachers, we've gotten in the mindset to appease you, to always coddle you, to tell you what God is going to do for you. But at one point, everybody that Jesus encountered, in order for them to get actually what he wanted to give them, they had to do something. If you were on a mat and you couldn't walk, you had to get up. The woman with the issue of blood, she had to crawl to touch his garment. Listen to this. Even Lazarus had to die to be raised from the dead. You understand what I'm saying? So to just keep crying out and going and saying, touch me, keep me, do all of this, at what point do I do something? And you guys always hear me talk about your health, your money, your relationships, and your time. Those four things can make or break your life. Listen to me. Get in a bad marriage, right? Get to a place where your finances are not good, or your health is not good, or are you that person that's always running late? You're going to hear me say these same things over and over and over again, because for me, it's the same stuff. And for you, it's the same thing. Relationships, money, time, and our health. It's not our spirituality, because if I were using my spirituality the way that I'm supposed to use it, my life would be different. You can't have an encounter with God and your life not be different. Discipline in my life not come in the room. Correction for myself not come in the room. Commitment to God and to myself and to my family not come in the room. You can't say I've had an encounter with him and I've been in his presence. And what we do is we do it sometimes. We do it when we feel like it. We do it on and off. We're not consistent with it. And so I had to ask myself, am I really trying to be better, or am I really trying to impress myself? Or am I really trying to look at myself and go, well, at least I'm better than them. I'm not as bad as they are. Whatever it is that you want to do in your life, you can accomplish it. Listen to me. Whatever it is that you desire to do in your life, you can accomplish it. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you've done. I don't care what has happened to you. I don't care that you're the youngest in your family. I don't care that nobody believes in you. Even if I don't believe in you, you need to get yourself so aligned with what you say you believe, if that's your power source. Because I know a lot of you don't go to church. You don't do preachers anymore. I get all of that. But whatever your power source is, whatever it is that makes you, whatever it is that causes you to be strong, you need to get so in line with that thing that it brings order and structure to your life in order for the next thing to happen to you. I want great things to happen for me. But you know what I realized with myself? I'm not consistent. I can't do the same things over and over and over every day. I need the routine to change. But sometimes in order to get where I want to go, I need to change my whole program. And I need to create habits, good habits. That means with my eating, that means with my resting, that means taking care of myself, that means studying the word, that means prayer, that means exercise, that means everything. Here I am, I want to build this business and I want to do great things, but I have no discipline in my health. And so sometimes we think because we have one, but we're lopsided, really, you guys. Oh, well, I have a lot of money. I'm good with my money. Yeah, but you have no self-control in your thinking. You have no self-control in your discipline. You have no self-control in your health. You have no self-control in relationships. And so it's a self thing. Where do I really fall short? And what do I need to do to make me better? So I was thinking about this morning as I was getting dressed. Here I am, a minister, a coach, a pastor's wife. And so my life is lived in front of people all the time. And so for everybody, people who are not in position of leadership where, you can be, you're in front of people all the time. I don't get to hide. And so God has taught me to be very transparent with my life. It's very little that I get to hide. And so most of us can hide all the stuff we wrestle with because you're not in front of anybody. And so when you do get in front of other people, you turn on your best thing. You put your best foot forward. But but what really shows up is not for people that can really look at you and see. You're always late. You look good and you're the life of the party. You're always late and you broke. Every time we go out, your shortcomings, they ooze out of you. They show up. Well, yeah, Natalie, you do this and you're great at this. But yeah, you know what? I got this little thing in the front of me that I need to exercise. I need to start doing something to lose this thing called the belly in front of me. Yeah, you can hide it with clothes sometimes, but guess what? It's always there. And we have to get out of the habit of hiding our stuff and get real with ourselves. Listen, you don't have to get real with anybody else. And when people tell you the truth, they're not picking on you and they're not trying to make you feel bad and they're not trying to offend you deliberately. It's because they love you. We all have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I'm not really advancing because of me. My marriage is really not working and at its best because of me. I'm really not doing everything I should be doing. And then we get in the habit of calling somebody else to appease us, not really to correct us, not really to make us better, just tell me, girl, it's gonna be all right. Man, you got this. You know God gonna come through for you. When are you gonna come through after God has already come through? What if God doesn't come through anymore? What's your plan? What am I going to do next? Am I working on something when I'm not working on anything? Am I out taking a walk when I'm not doing anything just to get healthier? What am I doing? Am I nurturing my children or I'm just telling them to go sit in the room? Well, if you have my kids, I tell them to go to the other room. But you don't have my kids, so you need to work with your kids and appease your kids. And nurture your kids. What am I really doing? Am I really taking time to be my better self? And so it's not about being honest with everybody else. It's not about, life is hard. Listen, life is hard for everybody. I just moved out here to Beaumont, beautiful city. It's about 7 of us on one block, the whole block. Great lady across the street from me, and she's so caught up in from that she can't appreciate where she's going. And so she comes over to me. She wanted to come in the house and see how our house looked and all of that. And she said, I just can't adjust to moving here because the house that I'm leaving, I've been there for 20 years. And I said, sweetie, listen, I'm leaving a house of 27 years, raised all of my children there. And it was hard to leave it. Couldn't even think a year ago this time, I didn't know I was moving. But when God says it's time to move, I need to be ready. We were ready to go because he said it's time to go. And the money needed to be in order. And all the physical things needed to be in order. And everything lined up because God said it's time to move. God is telling some of us it's time to move. And guess what? Things aren't lined up for you. Oh, I can't. The opportunity came, the money. You know what? The opportunity came, but I wasn't ready because I got to get my schedule together. The opportunity came, but you know what? It's upstairs and I can't go up 3 flights of stairs. The opportunity came, but you know what? The drive, I'll be late every day. I can't get up that early. The opportunity came, but you know what? Oh, I don't want to work with them. How many times has opportunity shown up? And you know what I said to my neighbor? I said, sweetie, let me tell you this. You have rear view mentality. You can't see the possibility through the windshield in front of you because you're so focused on that little small rear view mirror that's in front of you also. You have the car in drive. Listen to me. You have the car in drive. You got your feet on the gas, but you're looking in the rear view mirror. And God is your co-pilot who can see through the windshield. He's telling you, you need to go forward. Look at the view in front of you. Stop looking at the rear view mirrors at what's behind you and go forward. What is it that I need to do to advance me forward? What do I need to do to advance me forward? And a lot of us have that rear view thinking. Well, I'm not going back because they hurt my feelings. You're not going back because you don't want to accept the challenge. You don't want to accept the challenge. You don't want to be told you're wrong. You don't want to admit your faults. And then when somebody comes to correct us, we say, well, I want correction, but I don't want correction like that. Listen, if the plant knew how to grow itself, it would. If the baby knew how to get out of the crib, change its diaper, and fix its own bottle and coddle itself, it would. You can't be in a place where you need help to grow and you know what you need to grow. So when somebody else comes to tell you, I know, if you knew, you'd be doing it. And sometimes it's better, like my husband, to have somebody on the outside looking in to tell you, you know what? You the life of the party, and you drive a nice car and you got a lot of money, but you toe up. You got these discrepancies. And in the church world, we get very offensive. I was offended by that. No, you can sing the house down, but you need to get healthy. You can preach the house down, but you get winded. You can't talk a long time. Your health is not good. And we think, you know what, I can't really say that to people because you know what, people will sit back and people will talk about you, but they won't talk to you. And we're good for that in the church. We'll sit back and we'll laugh about you and we'll talk about you, but we won't talk to you. I want you to talk to me. I want you to talk to me. Don't pat me on the back and tell me how great I am, but say, but man, did you notice how she was sweating? She was overweight. She couldn't breathe when she was talking. And we'll talk about you and we'll laugh at you, but we won't talk to you and say, hey, you know what? Come take some walks with me. You know what? I love you, but when we go to dinner, you never offer to pay. I love hanging out with you, but it's a relationship. And we get offended by the truth because the truth, the Bible says, when we know it, it shall make us free. I'm not here to tell you God's going to bless you again. I believe we're already blessed. We're blessed beyond measure. And the problem is not that we're not blessed. The problem is, what am I doing with the blessing? What am I doing with it? What am I doing with the strength he's given me? What am I doing with the good health that I have? What am I doing with the time that I have? And time is something that we don't get back. A lot of us waste. What am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my money? And then you got that little person on the shoulder that justifies you and says, well, at least you're not like. Let me tell you something about comparison and jealousy. When you compare yourself to other people or you're jealous of someone else, that's not a them problem. That's a you problem. If you compare yourself, well, at least I'm not like, at least I don't, at least I show up for, at least I represent, at least I do. That's comparison and jealousy. That's not a them problem. That's a me problem. Because I'm looking at what you are doing wrong that makes me uncomfortable, that you need to change so I can be comfortable with you. But if I acknowledge that, you know what, I got this comparison issue and this jealousy issue, if I acknowledge that in my life, I would ask myself, why am I comparing them? What is that I admire that I want to really deny because it's challenging me to be better? And so I'm comparing and I'm judging them, or I'm jealous of them. If I'm jealous of them, why don't I have what they have? What's wrong with me? I'm jealous of what they drive, but why don't I drive it? I get the same 24 hours a day that they get. Why aren't I driving a better car? And is it because they're willing to do something that I'm not willing to do to get it? Why do they have that job and I don't have that job? Don't be jealous of them. That's a you issue. Ask yourself, why do they have it? What did they do to get it that I wasn't willing to do to get it? Why is it that she can dress the way she dresses and look the way she looks? Don't be jealous of them. Ask yourself, well, why is it that my waist isn't a size 6? Because I'm not willing to do what it gets I'm not willing to do what it takes to get it. Ask yourself some questions. Don't be jealous and don't compare. Oh, they just think they're better than me. No, you think they're better than you. They don't think that. They have their head down and they going to work. They handling their business every single day. And what we tend to do is we tend to look at other people and we tend to see ourselves. We tend to look at them and we get, uncomfortable. They make me uncomfortable. They remind me of what I'm not doing. And then we surround ourselves with people who celebrate what we do good because they don't know what we do bad, and therefore we don't grow. We get ourselves around people that pat us on the back for the one thing that we do well, which is to be celebrated. But eventually the one thing that you do good is going to be drowned out by all the stuff that you do bad. If I do all of this good, all this great speaking and encouraging and mentoring and coaching and preaching to other people, listen, and I do it well and people tell me how well I do it, but if I don't take care of my body and be healthy, I won't be able to do any of it. One thing can snuff out all the good stuff. One thing. That one thing that I don't do well. If I'm broke, I can't go nowhere to help nobody. I can't tell you how to get your life in order, and I can't budget my own money. I can't tell you how to be a great mother, and I'm not a great mother. I can't tell you how to be married, and I'm not a good wife. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you to be on time, and I'm pulling up next to you, and we both 10 minutes late all the time. Can't tell you that. And we get around people that don't look at our we get around people that just tell us we're good at what we do. I need you to tell me where I'm falling short so that I can balance this thing. I need to balance this thing. I need this thing to be, and you're not going to balance it well every single day. But you got to get hungry for being better. Because if you get hungry for being better, you'll get everything else. Everything you think you're praying to God for that you think you need. If you get better at being you and you get better at obeying a structure, get a structure for your life. Get a standard for your life. If you set a standard for your life and you live by that standard and that standard challenges you every single day, you'll get everything you want in your life. Because your standard won't allow you to do less than that. We like to put a lot of stuff on God. Why am I 50 years old and I'm at this place in my life? At 50 years old, you should own something. At 50 years old, you should own something. And I'm really talking reality to us today. We are consumers. We don't own anything. At 50 years old, that's a time frame in my life. You're half a century. You should have some things in your possession that belong to you that can't be taken away. I'm still just tossing my money out the window for rent and giving my money away and hanging out and partying like I'm 25. You should be living a legacy to leave a legacy. And we're telling our kids, come to church and praise the Lord. How do I walk the Lord in my life every day? How do I get up every day with the Lord and be committed and be disciplined and be focused and be loving and be peaceful and be joyful? How do I get up every single day and live the Lord? Not come and worship at the church. How do I live God every day that my life is so big that people that don't know him want to know what program are you on? What are you doing that your life looks like this? And I said to my neighbor, sweetie, you're worrying. You have this big, beautiful house and you're looking at where you came from. You got to change your mindset. Listen. You got to change your mindset. My husband says all the time, it's easier to feed some people, easier to feed than to change the way they think. As rich as the scripture is, everything we need is in the scripture. Relationship, money, time, health. And most of us are failing in all four of those areas. And we read the book. Because I'm waiting for God to come fix those areas. I'm not willing to get up and do it. He's already done it. He's already done it. When am I going to be serious about making me better? And it's a hard pill to swallow to take the truth. It's a hard pill to swallow to hear the truth. And I don't mean from just a pulpit it's a hard pill to swallow to hear it from your children. It's a hard pill to swallow to hear it from your mate. It's a hard pill to swallow to take it from your friends. But all of those people that tell you the real truth about you, they love you for real. They love you for real. I'm coming out of the bathroom at the restaurant and you see the tissue from under my dress, but you laughing at me, but you're not going to tell me. We do that with people all the time. You tore it up. Can you give me $5 for gas? That's an oxymoron. Come on, people. This might be a hard pill to swallow. And I know, listen, I'm not talking about everybody most people want to hear what God's going to do for them. Most people want to hear what everybody's going to do, what somebody's going to do for them. Most people want to hear what they're going to receive. Most people don't want to be challenged to do something. And so this is a whole different conversation. Most people don't want to be challenged to be better. I want to make excuses. And I want to blame a race of people. I want to blame the president. I want to blame my mother. I want to blame my father. But it couldn't be my fault because I love me. If I really love me, I can receive the truth and I can be better. I can receive the truth and I can be better. And sometimes we don't like to hear it because it makes me uncomfortable. And my feelings, sometimes we need to shed those emotions because emotions keep us locked up in a cage and we don't even know we're in a cage. So then the people that would love to tell you the truth, who really see the toilet paper from under your skirt, but because if I told you it was under your shirt, you would get offended by it. I'm gonna let the toilet paper stay under your skirt and let you walk the whole restaurant with that toilet paper from under your skirt because you ain't ready to hear the truth about it. We ain't ready. We're not ready. As a result, we're just going to sit in every day we live life and we live life in a struggle. And for Christians, I don't know why we live life in a struggle. I don't get that part. I don't know why we're still having issues, big, minor issues when we serve the creator of where I live now is mountains. There are mountains everywhere. You walk out, you see the power of God. You see God in action. You see God just resting on the mountains. You see God. And every day you come out, it makes you question, what am I doing? Do people see God in me like I see these mountains? Or do they see me needing another blessing, needing a new car, needing my car fixed? Got to get the money to get my car fixed. When am I going to get a standard according to scripture and really live it? Listen, if we really got in the book for my saints, if we really got in the book like we should get in the book, our conferences would be different. Our ministries would be different. Our churches would be different. If we really walked in the scripture like we should, we wouldn't need a lot of things that we have in church that we've created to appease people. And it appeases you and it keeps you in the same place, but it doesn't get you closer to the power. A lot of it doesn't. It's to appease. It's not to build us. It's not to empower us. It's not to encourage us. So at what point do I make this decision to take the responsibility for myself? At what point do I get rid of that rear view thinking and start looking in the windshield? I read a meme today, and it was a daughter and a mother, older. And the meme said, basically, I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm here to make you better. I'm here to teach you so that you don't do the mistakes that I did. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not here to condemn your life. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm not here to tell you what you don't do doesn't work. But I'm here to help you so that you don't go through the experiences that I went through. My pastor used to say, you can learn two ways from people. You can learn what to do, and you can learn what not to do. So for all the experiences, let me share this with you. For all the experiences that I have in my life, I'm a wealth of information. In marriage, married 32 years. Ask me what you want to ask me. A mother of 6 children for 32 years. Listen to me. I've seen all of it, all the pacifiers, all the kind of diapers, all the strollers, all the bottle warmers. And I would go in a baby store today and would buy most of that stuff. But ask me what you want to ask me. Anything that you think you want to know about motherhood, ask me. Because somewhere along the 6 kids and with a special needs daughter, I've experienced it. But if you already know, keep it. In ministry, almost 30 years as a pastor's wife in ministry. Ask me what you want to know. And this is the thing, even in that, I still look for somebody to be in front of me to teach me. But I need somebody in front of me to teach me that has the experience to give me the wisdom and the direction. Tell me your pitfalls so that I don't make them. Tell me the mistakes you made as a wife so that I don't make them. Tell me the mistakes that you made as a pastor's wife, as in ministry. Tell me the mistakes that you made as a mother. Tell me the mistakes so that I don't, and that's all it's about. Finding some people in your life that you can surround yourself with that can be honest with you, but that can share their experiences, that will not just share their highs, but that will also share their lows with you and tell you, you know what? I noticed this is how you do this. And I started out that very same way, but let me tell you how I changed it, because if you keep doing it like that, this is what's going to happen. You need those people in your life. And if you get those people in your life, you make less mistakes. Baby, I see you the first years of your marriage. I see you trying to control this man. Stop talking to him like that. Stop talking to him in front of people like that. Stop talking to him in front of his friends like that. Stop talking to him in front of your parents like that. Maybe that's what your mother does, but you know what? In the long run, that man gonna get tired of you talking to him like that. I can tell you that. Because just where you want to be nurtured by that man and you want to be loved by that man don't want to be talked to like he's your son. I can tell you that. In 32 years, I can tell you that. But I can also tell you in 32 years too, where I've had to say, we're not gonna have a conversation like this. And I can tell you where I've had to be quiet. And then there are times where I've had to speak up. I can tell you all that. But then even after 32 years, there are some places that I get stuck and I need somebody in front of me to tell me, Natalie, I know it's been 32 years, but this is what's coming the next 10. It gets smooth. I'm looking for somebody to share that information with me. I'm looking for somebody to share that with me. And I'm not too big that I can't learn. Even from our children sometimes. Our children see us when nobody else sees us. And sometimes there's some things that they want to share that will make us better, and we're not even open to hear it because they kids, they don't know. Mom, just drink more water. Boy, don't tell me to drink more water. You don't need to, you don't know what I need to do. Yeah, that's kind of good. Just drink more water. That'll make you better. As simple as it is. As simple as it is. Be mindful of your circle. It's good I said to you, it's good to have people around you that love you, but get people around you that love you and that will tell you the truth. Get people around you that love you. They see the greatness in you and they won't let you rest. Get good people around you. Get good people around you that won't let you settle for. Get good people around you that question when you are late. Get good people around you that question when you ask them for money. They ask you why you always asking for $5 gas money. Get good people around you. Girl, you need to go exercise. You know what? You don't need to eat. No, we're not eating cake. We're going to get some juice or something. Get good people around you. Get good people around you that tell you about the relationships. You know what? Get good people around you. Get good people around you that love you. Some people are condescending, and some people are demeaning, and some people don't know how to encourage, and some people don't know how to lift up. Get good people around you. Be mindful of those relationships that are just to have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time, but I don't just want to have fun, and I need to be taking care of business. You need people around you that's going to ask you, taking care of business? Are you handling your business? Am I really about being better? Or do I need to just be appeased? Do I need to be comfortable? Do I need a pat on the back all the time? Do I need that was awesome? Do I always need that? Get some people around you that's going to ask you some questions that's going to make you go home and think, man, I need to get better. I need to do better. I really need to do better. I don't have preacher friends that I hang out with. Because sometimes preacher friends can be so spiritual that we just know earthly good. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I need to just be real, and I just need to be me. I don't need to be around a bunch of first ladies that can't take off all their makeup and their lashes. I know we're going to heaven and all of that, but listen, but I'm human too. Come on here. You don't want to be around a bunch of people that think they're better than everybody, that think they're holier than everybody. That have the appearance that because of the position they hold, that they're better than everybody. Get around some people that tell you the truth. I see you niggas. I love you. Get around some people that tell you the truth, man, and that's real. When I leave here, I want all of you to say, you know what? Sometimes she made me so mad, but man, she told me the truth. I want all y'all to get up at my funeral. When they get them 2 minutes, y'all got to say it in 2 minutes because y'all know my husband going to make you sit down if it's longer. But I need all y'all to get up and say, you know what? Natalie would make me so mad, but that lady would tell you the truth. Because it's because I love you. I don't have a $20 anything from you. But I'm going to tell you the truth because I tell me the truth. And that's real. We have to live in our truth. If your truth is the word, if your truth is just being better, whatever your truth is, live your truth, man. And if you got to be false around other people, you need to get rid of them. I'm not looking for a lot of people to follow me. I'm looking for the right people to follow me. I want people that are real, people that are hungry, people that want to go get something, people that want to do something. I'm not here to pat you on the back. That's the other preacher. I'm not here to tell you the blessing is coming. I'm not here to do the prayer with you every day. That's the other preacher, and nothing against anybody else. But I'm here to challenge you. Take all that information, all them prayers they're giving you that you listen to every morning and Bible studies you listen to every day, use it. Other side, we all on the same team, but I'm the coach on the coaching staff that says they just gave you all that, and I'm at the end of the line to tell you now go do it. All of those preachers are at the front of the line. I'm at the end of the line. That's coach says now what you gonna do with what we just did in practice? You just left prayer. You just left the conference. You just got off the live Bible study. You just got off the prayer call again. I'm at the end of the line with the coaches, and I'm there to ask you what you gonna do with what you got. Don't go to another conference. Don't spend any more money. What are you gonna do with what you already have? Listen, if you need to be healthy, walking is free. Until you can afford the gym, Walking is free. Go walk. And just don't eat that and that and that and that. Just go walk. Go walk. Take a walk. Build solid relationships around you. Get right with your man. Get right with your woman. Get right. Learn to be quiet. Shh. Shut your mouth. Don't say that. We know you're grown and you got your own opinion. Keep your opinions to yourself sometimes. You don't need to always say what you think. What you going to do with what you got? What you going to do with it? I know I'm always late. You're always late. Get up early. Get up early and be on time. Stop spending all your money. Budget, budget, budget. I call it the B word. Budget, 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 budget. You can do anything you want to do with your life and your money if you get a plan. Anything you want to do with your life. You can do anything you want to do with your life. If you plan your money and your time and your relationships and your health, they'll all be amazing. Come on to Beaumont, niggas. I see you. They'll all be wonderful. If you get a plan for your life, and if that plan, and then first establish a standard for your life, and then create a plan that fits that standard, set goals, come on here, that you can actually walk out, that honor your standard, and then live your life. And you change your life. Listen, when I come back this week, if I can get back to you this week, Thursday, I'm going to talk about how do we set a standard? What does the standard look like? What does the standard look like? Because when you start to live your life according to a standard, everybody can see it. Listen, legacy is not what you leave. Legacy is what you live. You hear me? Legacy is not what you leave to people, a house, a car, some money. Legacy is what you live. You understand me? Every day I want to live my legacy. So when you meet my children in the store, you know they belong to Rayford and Natalie. When they open their mouths and you have a conversation with them, you should hear that they belong to Rayford and Natalie. It should exude from them. It should come out of they open their mouth and it's just, wow, those are Rayford and Natalie's kids. You should be able to see my legacy in action. That's how we should live our lives every day, you guys, every single day. And racism can't stop it. Nothing can stop it. People, no person can stop it. If it's ordered by God and it's established by God and structured by God and planned by God, it can't be stopped. So stop making the excuses. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. People said, why are you guys moving all the way to Beaumont? Why not? Nothing's stopping us. Why not? Because we can get a big old beautiful house and spread out and all y'all can come and see it. Not really. Why not? Why not? Greater opportunity, more people, different people, greater challenges. Oh, the drive. When it's the blessing, the drive is worth nothing. Listen, when it's a blessing, the drive means nothing. Why not? Challenge yourself to come out of your comfort zone. You cheating yourself. And if you're going to live this life, listen, and I'm going to close. If you're going to live this life, get everything from it that God has for you. And if you don't have it, it's not because he didn't send it. It's not because he didn't want you to have it. It's not because it's not the right time. All of that stuff preachers say, it was not God's timing. And maybe the Lord don't want you to have it. And maybe you're not mature enough for it. Live, you get one life. And I say this to you all the time. You get one life to live. Go live it. But live it in transparency. Live it in honesty. Live it in your truth. Live it in power. Live it according to a standard. And then you draw other people in to want to know what you have. And then you get to share the message. And that's how we change one person at a time. One thing, be mindful of your circle. Sit down and write down all your solid friends. These people just with me because they want to hang out. These people with me because they need what I have. These people with me because, and if ain't nobody on the list that tells you the truth, I love you, but we can't connect so much. We can get together, but no, when I'm about advancement, that's not who I call. Be mindful of that. I want to come back with you guys in a couple of days, and I want to talk about the standard. What is your standard, and what goals do you set to meet your standard? How you living? All right. I'm going to end right there. I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Please share the video as much as you can, and I'll get back with you soon. Bye.